we're seeing rookies come in and perform really well. And Jayden has come in, played very well in the regular season, but, playoffs, you beat a Tampa Bay team that I never believed in, all right, and then you beat a Detroit team with guys off the street on their defense. Not saying that Jayden's not good. I think he is. But you got guys saying he's in the top 5 and top 3 in quarterbacks in the NFL. And you have to see what does year 2 look like. Because we just went through this with C.J. Stroud last year. We just did this. C.J., oh my goodness, he's top 4. He's top 3. He's right behind Mahomes. Why can't he be number 2? And he did all of this. And then you get to year 2. And the reason why year 2 is important is because you get all of the coaches, the defensive coordinators, defensive coaches get a whole offseason to look at the film, and they look at you. And then year 2 is when they have formed game plans for your weaknesses, okay? Listen, Jayden Daniels, I want to tell you where I'm at with Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels is a phenomenal quarterback, man. I will not, moving forward, make a judgment on quarterbacks until year 2 I make my first initial, and then year 4 or 5 I make my lasting, because those are the 2 pivotal moments for quarterbacks. Like, we're seeing rookies come in and perform really well. And Jayden has come in, played very well in the regular season, but, playoffs, you beat a Tampa Bay team that I never believed in, all right, and then you beat a Detroit team with guys off the street on their defense. Not saying that Jayden's not good. I think he is. But you got guys saying he's in the top 5 and top 3 in quarterbacks in the NFL. And you have to see what does year 2 look like. Because we just went through this with C.J. Stroud last year. We just did this. C.J., oh my goodness, he's top 4. He's top 3. He's right behind Mahomes. Why can't he be number 2? And he did all of this. And then you get to year 2. And the reason why year 2 is important is because you get all of the coaches, the defensive coordinators, defensive coaches get a whole offseason to look at the film, and they look at you. And then year 2 is when they have formed game plans for your weaknesses, okay? Now, if you survive that, like Mahomes did, and like, the really good ones do, is more than Mahomes, all right? When you get to year 4, year 5, that's when the new deal comes. When the new deal comes, that means they pay you a lot, and they're not allowed to pay anybody else a lot. What does that look like? Kyler Murray, other guys, Tua, other guys. What does that look like when that team can't pay you? Are you still as efficient when you don't have all of this talent?
At the end of the day, can you carry a less than optimal roster to contention? That's the question that you're asking at that stage.
Yes.
Once you've been paid as a star quarterback, are you still good enough to carry a flawed roster to contention?
Yeah.
And I like that analysis. I like that. You can't get carried away too early. You've got to see some consistency. And then the ultimate thing is, when you've actually been paid, can you still carry a flawed roster as far as you did a loaded one?
Yeah. And you got the champion saying, see, he's the best rookie I've ever seen in my entire life watching football. And you know what? That still can be true. That's not that is not, going overboard or anything. He has accomplished the most so far, especially going far in the playoffs, and he did look good in the regular season.
Well, look no farther than Washington, and like at the end of his rookie year, who didn't think Robert Griffin was going to be a star?
Come on, man. Like literally.
I mean, he felt
RG3
like you were watching something completely transcendent.
Yeah.
And it never touched again.
No.
It just never came close.
No.
So I mean, again, consistency over time is the measure, and then the way the NFL salary cap structure is, it matters. When you earn the big deal, can you still carry the team forward? Because there's no way that you get your deal and the roster's not flawed.
Facts. He's saying who you picking, Eagles or Commanders?
I do not like the Eagles.
Oh, wow.
Mainly because I don't like Nick Sirianni. I think he's a douche.
Well, he's definitely a douche.
Yeah, and so I'm pushing for the Redskins, the Commanders to win this thing.
When you're old school, that's the team name. Yeah, I say it all the time. Yeah, I think the Eagles will win, but I'm definitely rooting for the Commanders. I mean, I love the story, but I just don't see how the Eagles' defense. First of all, to be fair, in the regular season, Jayden Daniels put up 30 plus on the Eagles. So you know what I mean. But Saquon ran crazy. I don't know. I don't think that they can beat the Eagles in a playoff game. That would really surprise me. Not gonna lie. That would surprise me. If the Commanders can beat the Eagles this week, I don't care about. I know Jaylen is questionable and he's been hurt every week.
When you say can the Redskins beat them, I look at that really as can Jaylen Hurts lay an egg? And I think he can.
He can. He's capable.
And that's why I feel that the Commanders have a chance in this game, because I don't feel really strongly that Jaylen Hurts is going to have a good game.
Yeah.
I think there's a significant possibility that he plays poorly or has a problem.
And that's sad because that team is so loaded on offense. I don't even know how they're that loaded on offense, and to have a competent defense. I don't know. Shout out to that GM because they've done some crazy work over there, man. You know what I mean? And so to say that really says a lot about Jaylen, because I 1,000% agree with you.
Yeah.
And Jaylen is a guy who we thought would be in the conversation of whatever top 5, top 10.
He's another guy you look at. I don't know what. Maybe it was year 3 that they got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
For Hurts
like
personally.
Year 2 or 3, yeah.
And it looked like at that point like he had evolved, and bang, here he is. Great game on the Super Bowl stage. Came up a little short to Pat Mahomes, but he didn't build off that last year. He was particularly bad down the stretch. And this year he's been okay. He hasn't been in their way of winning, but he hasn't really played great.
No.
And if the Redskins Commanders, if they can play in a way that makes Hurts have to make the big plays with his arm to win the game, they've got a chance.
When was the last time we really had to talk about the Commanders for an extended period of time?
Never. other than to just kind of generally crap on them for being an inept organization. But now Snyder's gone. New ownership, new front office, new coach, new quarterback. It just all, kind of comes together.
Yeah.
It's like like removing a dark cloud from the organization.
Are you completely down on a rematch of Eagles-Chiefs?
No, I don't. I mean, as long as the Chiefs are there, I don't care who they play.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not down on it. I mean, I think we have 4 really good football teams, 4 really good narratives, one way or the other.
Yeah.
To me, like Saquon gives the Eagles like kind of like a new good feel good story. I think if they didn't add him, it feels a little tired with the Eagles. Kind of the same crew, running it back. But Saquon's that extra element, and it's great to see him. He seems another guy. It seems like a genuinely good dude, playing absolutely great football, and it's hard to root against him, or want him to fail.
As a Chiefs fan, I want to see the Eagles more than I want to see the Commanders.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
We have a really strong run defense. I haven't seen any running back do anything on us. I mean, Derrick Henry couldn't even get over 70 yards. So
yeah,
I that is their strength. I think that plays to our strength. Run defense is the only thing I can tell you that I really believe in as a unit on our team. And Jayden now with 2 weeks building up to the Super Bowl and you have all of this extra stuff going on. Do I think Jayden can become subject to the surroundings and maybe not have such a big night? Yeah, possibly so. But, our secondary, man, is just
you gotta Uber Eats the hookers over to him.
That's what you have to do.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Find out what he really likes. You got to do a little digging. Don't just just be basic.
Or just go with what he doesn't like to just get under his skin.
No.
Yeah.
No. I want action to happen. I want him to be weak.
Some guys respond. Maybe you get weak. Some guys get excited and
Yeah, I
You
guess
feel
so.
great after that.
I guess so. Yeah. He's
Feel
a young
empowered.
guy. He's a young guy. He may. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in a different demographic, Bo.
That's right. I am. Unfortunately, I remember the days.
Yeah.